everyone, it's Sandy Diana, and I have a surprise coming today. Well, I need to get ready for it. I'm gonna do an unboxing later, and I'm very excited about it. Let's see. So I decided that I'm going to redo some things upstairs. So I thought I'd let you follow along with me today. And I am like dressed in the rags because I'm gonna paint and everything. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut some wood. I love tools. I love power tools, and saws don't scare me, and neither do drills or anything like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up to where I can cut my boards, and my boards are outside. And I'll take you upstairs in just a minute. Okay, so I've moved outside. I'm here with my saw. See it? My saw and my boards. And my idea is that I have two 24-inch doors up there, and I want to make a 48-inch cutting surface, work surface upstairs on my table, on my workspace. And so my idea is I'm going to join these two doors together by using these 2x3 boards. They're 8 feet long, and I'm going to cut them in half to where they're 48 inches each. So I'll put 4 all the way across to give me a nice surface, and it can sit on top of my cabinets. And I'm going to attach it, and it'll be nice and fastened. And then I'm going to try to paint everything all white. Anyway, I'm going to cut these boards now, and I don't know how loud it will be. I'm going to let you roll, and I will we'll see how far it goes. And if it's too loud, I'll probably take the noise out, but maybe to where you can just see it. And hopefully you can see it because the sun is kind of bright today, which is nice. It comes from the east. So if you've never seen the east rising sun, this is the east rising sun. This is what it looks like on the East Coast. Hey, it's early. All right. So I'm going to measure my boards first. You know, it's always, they say, what do I do with my tape measure? Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So here, I was going to tell you the rule of thumb: measure twice, cut once. So measure my boards at 48 inches, which should be the halfway mark for each board. And then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to just make sure that they're 48 inches from this side too. And they are. So I've measured twice. Now I'm going to cut. All right, we'll cut one at a time. If you've never used a power saw, there's a blade inside, and you look at the blade and you try to see where your blade is and make it to your line, and there's a guide, and you want to try to keep it as flat as possible. And then you have to push a button and then push. It's got a safety, so if you don't push both, you can't get it to start. And then it's pretty loud. And voila, it's cut. You just push it. They're not that hard to use. You just need to make sure you keep your fingers out of the way. All right, once again, put it in place. Push the safety button, then push the other button. And that's all the wood I need to cut out. I'll see you upstairs. Okay, I am back, and I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing, but this door had been previously nailed down by an electric nailer. At this point, I'm going to take all of the nails out of this door that have been previously put in the door for something else, and I want them all out because I don't want them to be able to snag my fabric.
Say what you
going to set my other door up, and I'm going to get them straight and put 2x3 boards on them.
You just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you now. Something fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you now. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you now. Something fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you now.
I'm telling you now where to position the boards. There's only wood on the ends of the doors. In this inside, they're hollow and they're like waffle filled, so you can't screw anything to it. So these are long screws. They're drywall screws, and you don't need to pre-drill to be able to do them. going to attach my cabinets together. They've never been attached, and so they're 3 different pieces, and the front connect real close and the back does not. So I'm going to have to use this paint stir to where I can use it as a spacer before I try to attach them. So that's what I'm going to work on right now.
Oh, I know that you go, my love, I think I'm yours. My dreams, like trees, I hope one day they'll grow, and I want to hold your hands when it is cold. So I wait, but you hate. You have so much to say. For you, I'm true. I have so much to do. Though you know that I'm yours, my love, I think I'm gone. My love, I think I'm gone. Well, the day is done. I'll find. And you want to say goodbye, but I'll kiss you one last time. Though I know that you go.
Now I'm going to position the other door that used to be on the cabinets and make a secondary table surface for my actual machines. Okay, I've gone and gotten the paint. Well, I've got primer, and I'm gonna prime everything. That was probably not the best place to prime first. Don't do that. So I've worked all day long. I've painted. I didn't paint the front side, but I hung this on my door, my rack. I have had a hard time finding a place for my the marine vinyl, and so I put these hooks on there, and I created a new table, and I painted underneath there. Not that anyone's gonna see it, but I see it. So there's my new cutting surface. My mat's no longer hanging off of it, but I have a full space, and I have a new table, and I have an open spot right there in the center of it. I know you don't think so. And so now I'm going to show you what came today. So this is what came today. And I'm not going to blame it on Amber from Bingham Bliss, but I'm telling you what, I fell in love with that machine that she used. This is a Coverstitch machine. I will say I'm a little concerned about the packaging. So if you can see it, there's like oil all over the package. But that doesn't bother me as much as the fact that when I got the package, this is what I saw. So there's clear tape over top of what appears to have had this box opened. Okay, so I'm back. Got it positioned to where it can open, and I hope you guys can see well. Got my box cutter. I know doing this is on live is way more fun, but I just don't have a good steady internet. Okay, I understand now why they opened it. So they have put my packing list inside of it. Thank you for your order. And it's a 10% coupon, and it's my list. So they just shipped it right out. Okay, I get it now. But that bothered me. Didn't it bother you guys? All right, so in the top part of it, I already watched an unboxing on YouTube. So I already saw kind of what was in the box and how it should look. So hopefully I didn't just shake you too much. Okay, so inside the box, the first thing is that it has the space for four thread holders. There's one. This, I'm not sure. I guess this is what goes on top of your thread to where your thread feeds through. Here's my presser foot. Oh, and I will say that that's probably, they also had to put this in here because this is extra. This is a whole thing of Schmetz needles, and it's a variety of them. Okay, so there's leather needles. This is nice. This is universal. Denim. I forgot that this came with it. Stretch needles. And embroidery needles. That's nice. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so that was a nice little added thing. I guess I'm okay now that the box was opened. I forgot all about that those things had to come with it, and since it was shipped in the box that came from Juki, obviously, they had to open it up so they could add these things inside of it. All right, so this is the actual toolkit that does come from Juki. It has a pair of tweezers. It only had one package of needles. So that really was nice, and it has the rest of the things and a cover, which I'm probably going to use that cover. I don't usually use it on any of the other machines because I use them so much, but if I don't use it, I want to be able to keep it from, it's a dust cover. All right, so I'm going to take the styrofoam part out. I did hear that it was heavy, so I've got to be careful when it comes out because it is a little heavy, they said. And it is a little heavy sucker. All right, so let me move the box out of the way. Oh, one more thing in the box. It has a manual, the registration manual that comes with it. I'll make sure there's nothing else in the bottom of this box. Nope, nothing else in the nooks and crannies. All right. So I heard that it could come right, you could start, well, you're not going to be able to start right out of it. I'm going to have to thread this girl. And it does have some threading. Oh, it does. Okay, good, 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 good. So it looks like all I have to do is tie off to the existing strings where they have it wrapped right here. So they do have it pre-threaded, which is nice. And they have where they've tested the cover stitch and they've used 3 needles. This also has the capability, oops, you can't see that. All right, so it's kind of been pre-threaded and then they cut off the spool. So now I have to take these items, these threads, and tie them off to my new spools that I put on here. This is a sample of what they've done on some stretch material, some stretch lycra. They've used 3 stitches, and then you can see how nice it stretches. I was told that this machine has the capability of just doing a chain stitch, which is going to be really nice. I'm excited about being able to do that. And when you're finishing clothing. And I will say this is something that I've always wanted, because I've always wanted, the one reason I've always wanted it is because when I love to make clothes and I love to make children's clothing. And one of the things about children's clothing that you probably notice if you have made any clothing or whatever for yourself or children, or when you just look at your own clothing, like for example, that cover stitch is on my t-shirt. It is on the t-shirt. Almost everything you wear has a cover stitch on it. So if you want to have professional looking clothing, you need a cover stitch machine. And I remember Amber said, she goes, once you see this machine, you're going to want one. And she was right. I wanted it. And so I figured, all right, I'm going to invest in the machine. It's kind of oily underneath. Maybe that's why it had all that oil. So I need to probably get a paper towel and wipe it off before I put it up in place. Because I just freshly painted everything. Now, where's my roll of paper towels? I just threw something right in here. My daughter helped me and she grabbed them and she probably put them somewhere and I don't know where she put them. All right, so I want to wipe off the bottom to make sure there's no oil. You don't want it on your clothing. You can't really even see this. Okay, so I need to get this out of the way once I wipe it so it doesn't sit back on it again. And I know Amber has a Brother cover stitch machine, but I'm gonna tell you what, I am sold on Juki. Ever since I got my industrial machine, ever since I got that industrial machine that I have, I really only want to sew on a Juki. That's how good that sucker is. That's how good the machine is. All right, so I'm going to try to reposition it over here to where I'm like on my charger. My phone is about dead, so I had to charge it. So let's scoot my little white out of the way. Bring all of the items over here that came with it. All right, so do a little bit of assembly on it to get it ready. Yeah, it's leaving a mark. That's all right. I don't care. You got to do a little bit of assembly. So this little piece right here slides right in and then clips. Well, there we go. And it clips right there. So you've got place for 4 spools of thread. And then this item goes like this. And I know you've got to raise this up or otherwise you cause lots of problems with your stitching. Okay. Power cord. Some more instructions. I guess there may be people that don't know how to plug this in. Not me. All right. Okay. Silicone pack. Don't eat it. For right now, I'm going to just put white thread on for the cover stitch. For right now, I'm just going to use white. I use Maxi Lock. I order it from Atlanta Thread and Supply. And I think I pay like $2 or a spool, something like that. Very cheap, very cheap. No more than 3, I don't think. I saw a video the other day where the girl used all different colors of threads. All different colored threads. So when you see the chain stitch, or when you see this side of the fabric, it's all colored. And she did her top stitching on the underside of it. So that was super cool looking. She had a gray dress that she did it on. A gray children's dress, and I'm like, man, she did it around the sleeves and she did it on the hem, and I'm like, that looked really cute. So I will probably be changing up these colors to be able to do something like that. Interesting. That's supposed to go there. Oh, you know what I'm just noticing? There are little colors on this telling you which thread to hook it to. So that's cool. So this must be the purple one back there. I know that the purple is up underneath here. You're supposed to be able to open this door. Let me show you. So this opens up, and there is a thread that runs through that portion. So that's the purple one. That's the one that's hooked over there. And then that just opens up right there. And the rest of them, you probably need to pay attention. All right, so this one is blue to blue. So that is the blue thread. Let me go ahead and finish getting the spools open. Okay, so that's the yellow one. So now I'm going to undo this. Untie. And try to figure out which ones. Okay, I know this back one is the purple. It goes to the purple. Sorry if my head is in front of you. So that is the purple one. I watched on the video the other day. Now I have always done, and I've always done this to tie off my threads. And then I just rethread my needle. But the person that I watched the other day, she said, if you do that, then it won't go through the eye of the needle. And it doesn't. But she recommended that you tie it like you're tying a shoelace. So I'm going to try that and see what happens. And she said that it will go through the eye of the needle if you do this. But she said that you have to make sure it's nice and tight so it doesn't come loose. So I'm going to pull it from both directions, if you can see that. Looks like it's pretty tight to me. And then she said clip off the tails. And she said it will go through the eye of the needle. We'll see. Okay. So that's that one. All right, so now I'm gonna thread from this direction, undo. Can you see okay? All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing. All right, that's 2 of them. Like the color code. I don't have that on my white. I have the color on the needles over here on the white, but I don't have it color coded on the top part, which is kind of nice. I don't know. I'm wondering something now that I've done all of this. Okay, it does pull. Nice. Okay. I'm going to leave it. I'm doubting myself. will say the video that I watched, it said, don't run off your machine like you do a serger. And when I say that, a serger, I pull, I let it run off and I get a long tail on the serger. And that's when oops, this one's not. It said don't run a tail off because this is not like a serger. You do not want to do that. So I'm going to listen and not do that. So you need to have a piece of fabric and you put it up underneath the foot. All right, so I have everything there and I'm just going to use the same fabric that they've already used. So there's a special way that you actually have to lift this up. Now this has all 3 needles in. I can take out one of the needles to where it will only sew 2 needles instead of 3. So I will probably end up doing that. But right now I'm going to leave it the way it is and I'm just going to sew with it for this. Make sure that it goes slow through the tension. All right, something just pulled, it sounded like. Maybe I'm wrong. Something didn't go through anymore. I want to try to see if it'll go through, and it is not. So I have an issue up underneath already because I did something wrong. You got knocked out of the way, didn't you? I'm going to do it my way. Because this one's, I don't think this one even goes through a needle. First of all, I've never had mine come untied doing it this way. All right, let me position you where you can see. All right, so it's going to feed all the way through there. Okay, and so then it comes back and there's a looper right here. So I need to follow the directions on this looper right here. I guess it goes behind it. Or does it go in front of it? No, I don't think so. It goes all the way. I think I'm going to have to pull up the video and look at the video again because she did this one. This one was the hardest one to thread is this one right here. Because there's another place right there and you got to pull it. Okay, that's it. You push it. And then what? I'm going to have to watch the video. So, I'm going to finish pulling this. And there's something to the way you have to do this. There you go. Now they're pulling. All right, so that knot is there. Machine is no joke. All right, so I'm going to clip these threads at this point in time because even that direction still didn't work. It didn't go in. All right, so I will tell you what I just learned, which I already knew, but I really know now. It's really important how you stop and clip your threads and pull your threads out because this does not work like an ordinary sewing machine. So, having said that, be careful. All right, so I've got all three out. Now I need to get them to a point where I All right, so that's done. Now I just have to figure out this bottom one. So let's see. Thread the first looper eye back to front. Looper auto threader white up towards the chain looper and press them down. Bring the needle to the lowest position. Okay, it's at the lowest position. Turn hand wheel. Thread the guide. All right, so am I on number 10? That's the part that I can't figure out. On machine. There's a reason why it's there. They don't just do it for fanciness, but I cannot figure this out. It's an auto threader. Push the looper auto threader. Okay, so I watched the video and now I've got you in really close up. So I do have all of this done correctly, and this is what I didn't know. This is like a threader. So you push that lever and it brings this all the way down to where you can access getting into there. So I have it all correctly threaded now, and they said that you just leave this thread right here hanging. Now that it's all threaded, it will just get rid of itself. And I've got this right here done correctly. And now I'm supposed to be able to just shut the door and stitch. So where is my tripod for my masking tape tripod? So put this down, the needles down, the needle down, and let's try this again. stitching 3. I mean 2, not 3, but yet I got 3 needles down. Wonder which one's not stitching. Does do, it's got the looper. All right, so this is where the tricky part is. You say reach up underneath here, lift your needles all the way up, and you grab your threads and you pull them out and you cut right there, leaving that, and then you pull right there. Okay. Get another piece of fabric. I just have some scraps. And third time's a charm. It's perfect. Look at it. That's perfect. 3 stitches on one side. Man, that is amazing. Yeah, and I wouldn't typically do that right there. I just am doing this for demonstration purposes. And then now this is the tricky part that I got to remember. This is not like an ordinary sewing machine. So you cannot just pull your machine out. You got to do this first every single time and then pull it and clip it again. All right. Okay, so, all right, I'm gonna turn you around. Okay, so guys, that was it. Thanks for watching my channel, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you would like to, if you're first time visiting. I am Sandy Diana, and I got back into my sewing business, making masks during the pandemic, and now I'm like full-blown, full-service sewing and creating. And you can find me on Facebook on Sew Sandy Creates. That's SEW Sew Sandy Creates. Anyway, thanks for joining me. See you next time. Bye.